Hey, are you Professor Nemo by chance?
Yes, I am. And you are?
Marcus Plague and only Professor Marcus Plague. I'm in some kind of multiversal work exchange program with other variations of the SCP Foundation.
Oh, that's cool. Are there any interesting differences between your world and mine?
Not really, few changes here and there, and your SCP-Ps are SCPs-PWs in my world, but other than that, minor things.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Anyway, I was told to drop off this file for you. Apparently they want you to interrogate an SCP at the SCP's own request.
That seems rather odd, don't you think?
Don't look at me, I just got here. Anyway, I gotta go. The SCP Foundation, my own world, wants me to check out this new SCP. Something called a duck scare. Whatever that is. See you never!
Wait, hold up a minute. Fine, whatever. Let's look into this file. SCP-N006. Object Class: Unknown. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-CN006 is to be kept in a 20-foot by 20-foot containment cell, with its hands restrained via handcuffs. The cell is also to be surrounded by several alarms and sirens, which will all send out loud concussive noises if the entity tries to escape. Okay, this seems normal so far. Description: SCP-N006 is an ordinary human, wearing orange battle armor and a blue and green camouflage cape, as well as a bow tie. However, he has a few anomalous abilities that required containment. To begin with, SCP-N006 has the ability to turn himself into various dinosaurs and prehistoric reptiles. We believe that this ability hails from his armor, which we've not been able to remove, unfortunately. Okay, it's a guy that can turn into big lizards. Compared to some of the other stuff we have in here, that's not that threatening. The entity also has some non-anomalous abilities that have proven to be cumbersome to the Foundation. We've tried to interrogate him, but the entity appears to be rather good under pressure, either not talking or talking deliberately to fulfill his ends. The last person we sent in to interrogate him was so psychologically broken that by the time the entity was done with him, he wanted to quit his job and had to be anesthetized. I'm sorry, what? Fortunately, this SCP has not been able to escape as of yet. Due to some various tests, we've been able to find the entity has a weakness to loud noises. Because of this, we installed several sirens and alarms around his cell, and if the entity ever tries to escape, we will set them off, triggering something resembling a meltdown. That seems especially cruel, like even by SCP Foundation standards. Okay, there's one final footnote here. Also, we believe this entity, as well as his ally, hail from another dimension entirely. I'm sorry, what? After hearing this, Professor Nemo was hesitant to interview this SCP. However, he had a job, and he intended to do it. He walked down the long halls, ignoring the horrifying creatures he saw as he walked past. Finally, he got to his assigned cell, where an armored guard was standing outside. "You Professor Nemo?" Professor Nemo nodded. The guard handed Nemo a stun gun and opened up the cell door. "Good luck in there, Nemo. You'll need it." This was the exact wrong thing to say, as it caused Nemo's anxiety to spike as he entered the cell and saw the SCP calmly sitting there. "Hello, I understand you wish to speak to me? Release my hands." "I'm sorry? I will not talk unless you release my hands." "I'm afraid I can't do that for obvious reasons. Look, you have a stun gun. You and I are both trapped in this room, with people outside watching our every move. Why would I try to attack you now?" Seeing his logic, Nemo hesitantly unlocked his handcuffs. Dino Dude raised his hands and signed. You know sign, right? Nemo was shocked, but signed back. How did you know? Your hearing aids. I figured that you would know sign unless your parents were oralists or cochlear implant people, or as I like to call them, idiots. Fair. Why do you sign? That's a long story and it doesn't matter. Why'd you want to talk to me? Nemo asked. Dino Dude then began to get to his point. Yesterday, I saw a picture of you on an SCP file. I also saw you walking by yesterday, but you claimed today is your first day here. Something's not right here. So, I have a deal. If I help you find the truth, you help me escape. Professor Nemo was hesitant. Ever since he got here, he had always had a suspicious feeling that something was going on. But would he really be willing to defy everything he stood for? Fine, what do I do first? Dino Dude seemed to smile. First, I'll attack you. Before Nemo could react, the man before him turned into a Dilophosaurus. He then jumped over the interrogation table and tackled Nemo to the ground. However, Nemo quickly noticed that the dinosaur wasn't actually attacking him, simply pretending to. Suddenly, as according to plan, a group of guards ran into the cell. Dino Dude immediately began attacking them, and Professor Nemo joined in, fighting off the guards with his stun gun. Together, the two managed to escape the cell, but not before the alarms went off. Dino Dude immediately fell to the ground in pain, covering his ears. Seeing what was happening, Professor Nemo blasted one of the alarms with his stun gun, destroying it. Dino Dude quickly recovered. Thanks for that. Now we have to go get Yoshi. Who? Oh, yes, the other ally you came with. SCP-N007. Currently, he's in another cell, completely deactivated. We have not been able to figure out what it is yet, but internal scans have determined it to be made with nanotechnology. It also seems to have some kind of test tube. Yeah, I figured that. I programmed him to shut himself down upon being captured. Only I can wake him up with the keyword. The two then ran to Yoshi's cell, beating the occasional guard up along the way. When they finally arrived, Dino Dude quickly hijacked the speaker and said, Ubiferus macularis. Suddenly, the mechanical leopard gecko inside the cell stirred to life.
Hello, Dalton. Looks like you finally arrived. It took you 6 more minutes than your average jail escape time.
Yeah, just get yourself out of there. Yoshi quickly was able to hack into the cell system and unlock the doors.
Okay, Dalton. Anytime you want, we can head back to our home dimension.
Actually, we won't. I promised my friend here that I'd help him reveal a plot twist.
That does not compute, but sure, whatever.
Professor Nemo, confused how and why any of this was happening, said, We need to get to the file room. Suddenly, he got a notification on his watch, which will be significantly harder to do now. They have sent 4 Thaumiel-class SCPs after us. Nemo, Dino Dude, and Yoshi all ran down the hallway, running back to the file room. Nemo noticed that the halls all seemed suspiciously empty, with no guards, operatives, or even D-Class. That was, until suddenly they all heard the sound of gunfire. They turned to see a small army of D-Class with glowing turquoise eyes, wielding various firearms. Yoshi quickly jumped behind them and transformed into a shield, blocking all the bullets. The 3 continued running down the hall, but once again were blocked off by a group of D-Class, who also had glowing eyes. The D-Class army all fired their guns, but between Yoshi's shields and Dino Dude's and Ankylosaurus form, they had little effect. Eventually, the D-Classes all rushed in, fighting with expertise that D-Class are not typically known for. However, Dino Dude was quickly able to tear through the masses, utilizing his teeth and claws in a vicious manner. Yoshi spawned several laser guns and bowled down D-Class one after another. Even Professor Nemo, who to his knowledge had very little combat experience, was able to take down several opponents with a stun gun. After a while, a voice yelled out, "Stop!" The crowd of D-Class quickly parted, revealing a floating girl with neon blue hair. She then pointed at Nemo. "You there. You don't remember me, do you?" Professor Nemo shook his head. I figured as much. You're trying to figure out your past, correct? Yes, that is correct. In that case, allow me to explain.